home in Pakistan, I do want to apply for their immigration. Can I go ahead and apply for that, or do I need to wait for my passport to be back?
So your naturalization, you said you've been a permanent resident for 3 years only?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
And so you are married to a U.S. citizen, and that's the prong under which you're applying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So it's eligible right now. You're eligible to apply, but the process itself here in Dallas is taking about 15 to 20 months. So it is a long process, and you cannot apply for your parents until you are a citizen and you have a U.S. passport. So just the application, it has to be approved for you to move to that next step.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
All the best.
Thank you very much. 972-235-5555 number in the studio. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia. And for appointments, you must give them a call, 972-361-0606. Or you can schedule your appointment at frontdesk@ahluwalialaw.com. All right, you're live on the air. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sai. So I'm currently on F1 visa and I'm on OPT extension. My H1 got picked this year. And can I travel to India with my H1 pending?
Yeah, that will not cause any impact because that does not get impacted. You would take on the H1 once approved after the 1st of October. You would automatically have that. It would not be considered as abandoned by your travel before September 30th. So you can go. The only conditions are that you have to, I don't know how long you're going for, but you're only allowed a certain number of months to be unemployed while you're
going for 4 weeks.
Okay. So if it is that you've been employed all the other times and you're qualifying for that exception, then yes, travel is fine. But just expect CBP to ask you questions. You do have your F1 stamped on your passport. You have your valid I-20s that is allocated to you, correct?
Yeah, I do have my valid OPT card. I do have my valid F1 visa stamping. But I applied for a travel I-20, so if I get that, I'm good to go, right?
Yeah, you should be all right. Are you on STEM extension?
Yes, I'm on STEM extension.
Okay, so you cannot be working at a third-party work site. You know that now, right?
Yes,
There were changes that were made and that were just happened a few weeks back, and they happened on the website for STEM OPTs, and they've just said the interpretation is pretty stern on where you can work.
Yes, that's right. But
so as long as you're meeting all those criteria, then yes, you are allowed to go in.
Okay. When I travel, my I-94 will be changed, right? So, at the time of filing, I have submitted an I-94, and if I travel, my I-94 will be different. So, will that cause any problem?
No, it should be all right. Even then, the last action rule, which would be the action of the government, hopefully with an approval, would dictate your status. So you should be all right.
Okay, thank you.
All the best.
Thank you for your call. And if you are a first-time listener of Pallavi's show, let me tell you all, she comes on air between 10 to 10:30 every Wednesday to give answers to your legal questions. Any employment and family-based immigration matters, family law, corporate law, or civil matters. Give us a call, 972-235-5555, number in the studio. You're live on the air. Please ask your question to Pallavi.
Hey, good morning. I'm with company A. And I had an offer with company B, and they have filed my H1 transfer, and they received an RFE. Now, in the meantime, I got an offer from company C. So, my question is, can I go ahead and join company C, but they are asking me to join on the receipt note, and I'm still with the company A. So, just want to check with you.
So, have you started working for company B already upon the filing of your H1, and how long back did you do that?
No. I'm with company A itself.
So don't worry about company B. Just move directly to C from A. So then you can exclude the company B from this information, as in you don't need to provide that. As long as you have pay stubs from company A, that's what that matters. And then you would go from A to C, and that should be all right.
And if I get, it's like, this is the worst case which I'm talking about. If I get, I get a RFE with company C, and if that transfer get denied, then what are the options I have?
Well, as long as you still keep working for company A, then you could disregard that transfer. and keep with company A, right? So that would not just automatically go away if you remain working there. You can look at that offer from C as a prospective offer that if it gets rejected is not valid anymore.
Oh, okay. No, it's like once I join company C and I get an RFP and it gets denied, then transfer gets denied.
Right. So if it does get denied, then you'll have to go back to C. Now the point is that you'll have to revert back to A, and if you revert back to A, the easiest thing for you to do is to be able to step out and re-enter with the approval notice for A if you have a valid stamp, and that would clear out any issues that you have while you started working for company C. So just be aware. I mean, I started the show saying there's some occupations right now that are being challenged for specialty occupation and therefore the H-1Bs. So I would be aware of that list. And if you are, and I don't know exactly, you are someone that does qualify for a software developer position, take that in lieu of other software positions.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Pallavi. Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you very much. Going to our next caller, Fanisha Reed, you're live on the air. Please ask your question.
Hi.
Can you please turn off the radio before you ask your question?
I already turned off.
Thank you.
I have a quick question about my niece and nephew. They are almost in like the third year of OPT extension, and this time they didn't hear about H1 yet. So I want to know when can we confirm that the lottery system, will be over? Like they finalize the lottery system, and when can they decide to do some other course to keep the status?
Okay, so at this time, the receipts are still coming in. We're still on a daily basis receiving a ton of receipts from the government, which means that they're still working at it. As you understand, there are about 85,000 cases that were selected, so I think they're still taking time to process them. The government will announce once they're done with all and say that there will be no more receipts. So I would say a couple of more weeks at least. I expect them to continue till the end of May for sure. Now, when it comes to your second question, which is if their STEM OPT is running out or whatever their OPT is running out, can they go back to school? Yes. So before they do, they have that 60-day grace period as F1 students, right, in which they can go in and extend their F1. So the advice would be for them to understand that and do that quickly enough.
All right. Thank you so much. I think he already hung up on us, but I'm sure you got your answer. Moving on to our next caller, Fanisha Radio, you are live on the air. Please go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi. And can you please turn off the radio before you ask your question?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hi. My name is Kavita. I am on EAD advanced parole for the travel document as well in the process of green card processing. My question is, I'm traveling to India. And I have, while coming back, I have a connecting flight in UK, London, for 2.5 hours. And do I need any transit visa for that?
You know, that's something that I may not be able to answer for you, ma'am, because that's a British law question and their question. I would definitely check to see if you do require a transit visa to just be at the airport. The easy answer should say no, but I would not rely on that because we're not licensed to give answers about another country's visa system.
Gotcha. Thank you, ma'am.
All the best.
Going to our next caller, Fun Asia Radio, you're live on the air. Please go ahead.
Hi, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I have a question. My wife is a U.S. citizen, and my son turned 18, and he was not a citizen, but he got a U.S. passport. So now, if I need to apply for his naturalization, do I what is the form number I need to apply on, and is it possible to change his name as well?
No, name changes have to happen separately. This should be, I think the form that you would apply would be N400. And I'll confirm that form back to you. But my thing is, for the name change, I would say that he'll have to go through court since he's an adult.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for your call. 972-235-55 is the number in the studio. Did I just cut it short? There are 5 Let me just tell you once again, 972-235-5555.
So the form number is N565 for this application. But if he wants a name change, then again, so this is a repeat of the answer, that he'll have to go through the court system.
All right. Thank you very much. Fun Asia Radio, you're live on the air. Please go ahead and ask your question. Fun Asia Radio, you're live on the air.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Okay. Sorry. गलत नंबर पे टाइम किया है.
Okay, no problem at all. We'll take our next caller live on air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi, Pallavi. Thanks for taking the call. We appreciate it. My husband is with American Airlines since last 1 year, and he has a H-1 extension until 2020. But he hasn't been to his native country, India, since he stepped into the United States, which is like past 10 years. Now he want to visit India. Is it suggestible to go stamping in India, because most of the people are raising concerns, red flags? So is it we do have an option of going to Mexico or Canada, right? So what's the best way to do?
Yeah, I would say that going to India or going abroad at any point at this time, there is a high possibility of a 221G, which is the consular way of slowing down the process and putting cases into administrative processing. Now, if your husband, depending on where he is working and what he is doing, if he has no issues, he's not at this very extended contractual path to where he's working, and he's directly working at the user of his services, then going for consular processing will not be such a big issue. However, if he's with a consulting company, then yes, that would be a concern. And if he has to go, he has to go. But if he doesn't have to go right now, then I would be a little careful.
Yeah, he's an employee, like a direct employee to American Airlines. Can we take an appointment with? Do we have initial counseling with you, just to have a suggestion of what it could be? He's straight, like he has no issues with any of his.
As an employee of American Airlines, he should be all right. I'm not saying just American Airlines, but if he is not placed through, like I said, a convoluted contract, then he should be fine. That's a simple answer. However, the risk of 221Gs do exist. And that's just the slowdown. That's the way the process is being choked a bit, so that it takes a few people out of the system here, and this would be stopping a lot of H1s from re-entry into the country. So that is at play currently, and this is to do with Hire American, Buy American executive order by the president, as well as we have the extreme vetting part, which is being taken seriously at the consulate level. So you have to just be aware of that.
Okay, and do you suggest having an appointment with you would be a little more helpful for him?
I think I've given you the entire answer. Of course, you're most welcome to call my office and set up time on my calendar. You are most welcome to do that. But I think that would be the simple answer to the question at this point with the information that I have. All right?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All the best.
All right, thank you very much. But at any point, if you think you need a consultation, get in touch with Pallavi or her team at 972-361-0606. You do have to take an appointment to see her. You can schedule your appointment at front desk at aluvalialaw.com if you wish. aluvalialaw.com is the website to go. 972-235-5555. That's the number in the studio. Taking your calls live on air. We just have probably enough time for one last caller to fit in this legal segment. You're live on air. Please go ahead. Fun Asia Radio, you're live on air. All right, moving on to our next caller very quickly. Fun Asia Radio, you're live on air. Please go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi very quickly.
Hi, Pallavi, you guys helped me get a green card a couple of years ago. So I just had a quick question about your comment of buy American, hire American. As a green card holder, do we have something to worry about, or we should be okay?
No, you should be all right. Good of you to call after your time with us on the show. So you should be all right. Where there is again a little bit of a closing down of the process is at the N400 stage, which is the stage of the citizenship. So the government is again tightening those. They're asking questions of people who have applied for naturalization to prove where they started their school and their I-20s. So it's really going back to when you started out along with how you received your green card. So those are matters of concern for current times. But as a green card holder currently, you should not have any trouble.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All the best.
Thank you for your call, and that's all the calls that we can take today. Do appreciate you calling in, and do remember Pallavi Ahluwalia is live on air on my show every Wednesday between 10 to 10:30. So for all the callers who are trying to reach Pallavi right now, the time would be to call next Wednesday. But in the meantime, if you want to get in touch with her or her office, you need to get an appointment, and that number would be 9723610606, or you can schedule your appointment at frontdesk@ahluwalialaw.com. Final words for our listeners here, Pallavi?
Yes, so we do blog about, we pick on the questions that you all ask us here on the air, as well as what we see that is a current issue. And so if you go onto our site and just look for the tab that says From My Desk, you should be able to get to see what the latest thoughts are and how it may be impacting you. So that would be something that I'm going to direct or ask all, at least our current callers that have called and that are keeping up with what's going on, to just stay abreast with that. So that would be a good place to start to keep up. And of course, all of you do keep up with the news. So stay aware of what's going on and how it impacts you.
Thank you very much, Pallavi. That's all.
Buy your dream home with Dream Home.